Ford claims their brand new engine could spell the end for electric cars. And honestly, they might be onto something. It's not just more powerful, it's also far more practical. So, what's really happening? Believe it or not, Ford is rolling out a new diesel engine that's making even hardcore EV fans raise an eyebrow. Sounds crazy, right? A diesel engine that could go toe-to-toe with electric cars. This isn't your granddad's diesel. It's called the PowerShift Titan, and it's already sending shockwaves through the entire industry. And here's why. This beast isn't just powerful, it's unbelievably efficient. We're talking about efficiency levels that make yesterday's combustion engines look downright prehistoric. But there's more to the story. Ford's new engine is smashing records for low emissions too. Its carbon footprint is so tiny that even industry veterans are stunned. Nobody's ever pulled off numbers like this. You might wonder why now. Well, Ford timed this perfectly. Just when it seemed like EVs were set to take over the world, they dropped this bombshell. It's a bold move that has everyone rethinking what the future of cars could look like. Are electric vehicles really unstoppable? Time will tell, but Ford clearly isn't backing down from the fight. So, what's Ford's strategy? First off, they're all about giving drivers real choices. Instead of going all in on one technology, they're spreading their bets. Fun fact, Ford is already the third largest player in hybrids, and for over 2 years, they've held the number 2 spot in the EV race. But here's the wild part. Ford is the only car maker offering the full menu, hybrids, EVs, and now this next G diesel. And while everyone's been hyping electric cars, reports show Ford actually loses money on each EV they sell. So offering different options isn't just smart, it's how they survive. Why are they doing it? It's simple. Ford wants to give drivers what they really want. They've dominated the hybrid market and now they're doubling down on diesel innovation. But don't get it twisted. They're not ditching EVs. Instead, they're playing on every front, ready for whatever the future holds. So, what does this mean for us regular folks who just want a cool ride without breaking the bank or the planet? Well, it's like Ford hosting an automotive buffet and we're all invited. More choices, better tech, and maybe even friendlier prices. Sounds like a win to me. Think about it. This could totally shake up the car world. Ford's diesel revolution might just pump the brakes on the EV takeover, at least in some areas. And you know what happens when there's real competition? Everyone steps up their game, and we get cooler cars. The future of driving, it's anyone's guess at this point, but one thing's crystal clear. Ford's not afraid to ruffle some feathers and challenge the status quo, which is the right move to make because their legacy at this point is being tested. Look, they might be the second best EV seller, but they are beaten by a mile. And to be honest, it is the same in the hybrid department, so for them, this is a make it or break it moment. They did the same thing with EVs and failed spectacularly. And now this is their new solution that works. But how exactly? But first, why am I talking about this? Well, one thing you need to understand is that this diesel engine is here to fix the mistakes of their past and move forward. And the mistakes made in the EV sector are many. First of all, let's talk about battery limitations. Ever wondered why some folks are still hesitant to jump on the electric vehicle bandwagon? Imagine cruising down the highway in your shiny new electric car, feeling like you're saving the planet 1 mile at a time. But suddenly that dreaded low battery warning pops up, panic mode engaged. Welcome to the world of range anxiety, my friends, and don't even get me started on charging stations. You know how you can find a gas station on practically every corner? Well, EV charging stations are playing catch-up. As of 2023, there are about 136,000 public charging stations in the US. Sound like a lot, right? Well, when you consider how long it takes to charge up one car, you really understand that there's a lot more work needed. And you know, those batteries powering your eco-friendly ride, they're not exactly featherweights. We're talking 800 to 1,200 pounds of lithium-ion goodness. That's like strapping a small elephant to the bottom of your car. So the question now should be, how exactly do these things work in the real world? Well, let's talk about it. The reality is that, although there is still a lot of room for improvement, these bad boys have been taking the automotive industry by storm with their seamless integration across Ford's entire lineup. From the hardworking Transit to the rugged Ranger and even the family-friendly Cougar, these engines are redefining what it means to be a diesel-powered vehicle. And let's start with the mighty Ford Transit, the commercial van that's become the workhorse of businesses everywhere. With the EcoBlue engine under the hood, you're looking at a power-packed punch of up to 170 horsepower, along with a jaw-dropping 20% more torque at just 1,250 revolutions per minute. That's the kind of power that'll make your deliveries a breeze, even in the tightest urban spaces. And the best part, the Transit meets those stringent Euro 6 emission standards so you can save the planet while you're saving time. But the eco-blue magic doesn't stop there. The Ford Ranger, the mid-size pickup that's built to tackle any job, also gets a serious boost from these engines. With options up to a whopping 213 horsepower, the Ranger's eco-blue power can handle even the biggest towing tasks up to a mighty 7,750 pounds. And with improved fuel efficiency, you can say goodbye to those dreaded gas station trips. Now, let's talk about the family-friendly Ford Cougar. This compact SUV packs the eco-blue punch, delivering up to 180 horsepower of pure driving pleasure. But it's not all about raw power. The Cougar's spacious interior and cargo hauling capabilities make it the perfect companion for all your weekend adventures. Plus, with those Euro 6 emission standards under your belt, you can feel good about taking the family for a spin. But that is not all. The Ford Mondeo, the mid-size sedan that's all about comfort and efficiency, also gets in on the action. The eco-blue engine options ranging from 150 to 190 horsepower provide a refined driving experience that'll have you gliding down the highway in style. And with the improved fuel economy, you can say goodbye to those endless stops at the pump. And that is not just a marketing gimmick. This is the real deal. It will save you a lot of money in the long run. This bad boy is a game changer when it comes to fuel efficiency. We're talking about a whopping 13% improvement in fuel economy. But the real question is, can this diesel engine truly compete with electric vehicles in today's rapidly evolving automotive landscape? To answer that, we need to look at the bigger picture. While electric cars have been dominating headlines with their zero-emission promises, diesel technology has been quietly evolving in the background. Ford's approach with the PowerShift Titan isn't about rejecting electric vehicles outright. It's about offering consumers genuine alternatives. For many drivers, especially those in rural areas or with long commutes, the infrastructure for electric vehicles simply isn't there yet. Charging stations remain sparse in many regions. And even with fast charging technology, refueling a diesel vehicle is still significantly faster than charging an EV. Then there's the matter of cost. While electric vehicles promise lower operating costs over time, their upfront price remains substantially higher than comparable diesel models, especially for budget-conscious consumers or small businesses operating fleets of vehicles. This price difference can be decisive. The PowerShift Titan bridges this gap by delivering both affordability and cutting-edge efficiency. But perhaps most importantly, this new diesel engine addresses what might be electric vehicles' greatest weakness. Their environmental impact isn't as clean as we've been led to believe. The production of lithium-ion batteries carries a significant carbon footprint, and the electricity used to charge EVs often comes from fossil fuels. Anyway, Ford's ultra-efficient diesel with its remarkably low emissions presents a compelling case for being a more practical green solution in the near term. Of course, this doesn't mean diesel will completely replace electric vehicles. The automotive future will likely be diverse, with different technologies serving different needs. What Ford has done with the PowerShift Titan is ensure that internal combustion engines remain relevant in an era increasingly dominated by talk of electrification. The implications of this development extend far beyond just Ford's lineup. Other manufacturers are undoubtedly watching closely and, we may soon see a resurgence of interest in advanced diesel technology across the industry. This competition between diesel and electric could ultimately benefit consumers through better technology, more choices, and potentially lower prices across the board. At the end of the day, the diesel versus electric debate isn't about which technology is objectively better. It's about which solution works best for individual drivers in their specific circumstances. By refusing to put all its eggs in one basket, Ford is ensuring that no matter how the automotive landscape evolves, they'll have competitive offerings ready to meet market demands. This strategic flexibility might just be Ford's greatest strength moving forward, while other manufacturers gamble everything on electrification. Ford's diversified approach positions them to weather whatever shifts come in the next decade. Whether the future is electric, diesel, or some combination of technologies, Ford appears ready to adapt and compete. So, where does this leave us as consumers? In an enviable position, actually. With genuine competition between technologies, we can expect faster innovation, better performance, and more affordable options across the board. The PowerShift Titan isn't just another diesel engine. It's proof that the internal combustion engine still has plenty of life left in it, and that the road to a sustainable automotive future might have more lanes than we originally thought. What do you think? Is advanced diesel technology like Ford's PowerShift Titan a viable alternative to electric vehicles, or just a temporary stopgap on the road to full electrification? The conversation is just getting started, and the next few years in automotive technology promise to be fascinating to watch. And let's talk numbers. The Transit Custom with auto start technology can achieve an average fuel consumption of around 46.3 miles per gallon. That's like sipping a refreshing drink on a hot day. It feels good and saves you money. So over 80,000 miles, you could potentially save up to 1,700 euros compared to older models. Who wouldn't want that? It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. If you ask me, this is a killer option we have on our hands. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you.